You don't need money. But when you can't create slaves anymore, then now you need to institute a system to coerce people to work for you for free. Because you already had all of this shit anyway. Before this currency system was like it is today, they had resources and technology and material and had millions of slaves working for them. But when they so-called abolished slavery, they had to become more crafty in the utilization of human energy to maintain their imperialistic power and control. So they set up money themselves. They developed a currency system. Why? To make money? You didn't develop money to make money. Get the fuck out of here. Think about this. Why did he come up with money? So he can make it? He came up with money so that he can institute a socially engineered structure to keep the intention and focus of people all centered on his power. So now, instead of them going for their own interests, working for themselves, using all this open land to develop their own concept of reality, now they're living for his, thinking that they are working for their own. You tell me that shit ain't slick. They don't go and look at all this open land and say, well, I can build this and we can build this. They said, no, I'm living for this single piece of currency. You show them land, they see absolutely nothing. You show them a $1 bill, they get excited. This was by engineer. Now you have white people that are interested in currency in the paper. But the rich families are not. The Illuminati, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderbergs, they're not interested in no money. Because if you got billions and billions of dollars, there's nowhere to spend your money. Your money is the system. Because they're borrowing and making loans off of your money. Your money is the bank. You are the bank, right? So how could you be interested in money at that point? You're interested in that point of staying in power. So you begin to use your money for one reason, to manipulate people, to manipulate society, to keep your unique position in society. So the top people in this society are not at all interested in making money. They're interested in maintaining that position of being on top. That's why they keep printing it up, to keep people going, right? Let's do a stimulus package to keep people going. To keep people going where? To keep people going why? To keep people going around and around the fucking merry-go-round of white supremacy. To keep people going to work under Dave and Dan and Bill and Bob and Schmidt. To keep people funneled. Because if they sit too long, they're going to start thinking. They need to keep what? Society moving. Because if it sits stagnant, when shit gets stagnant, you start growing mold and growing shit that you didn't even like, what the hell is that? Y'all hear what I'm saying? Let this shit sit too long and see what happens. And mold is not a bad thing. That's where you get your penicillin from mold. But let these people start sitting molding on the shit. They start getting guns and growing guns, and you got a lot of time on your hands. You're not working for this system. Then all these different militias start starting up here, there, and the other. Well, we need to put a stimulus package to get these people moving back on the rat race. And and I was listening to the thing, and they was asking Barack Obama. They said, how do you give them a stimulus package that's based upon spending? And they said, how do spending help a society that's in debt? That's an excellent question. One of the reporters asked him that. He said, how do you help a society that's in debt by getting them to spend more? Because it has nothing to do with that. That spending means it needs them to utilize their energy and their consciousness to keep this fucking Disney World going. It needs them to go out and get on the rides It needs them to go out and get into great America. This is the reality. So the spending package is not to save society, but to get these people working and back moving and back validating the white supremacist institution and infrastructure. Now, that validation goes all the way down to the banks, because they say, you know, the mortgage companies are not giving out loans and this stuff, and the other. That means they either need that person to believe in the system. Because if you don't believe in it, it's over with. They need the mortgager, the mortgage broker. They need the banks to believe. So that means even the banks and all these people, the higher up people, need them to constantly believe in a system that creates the illusion of these Rothschilds and Bilderbergers being in power. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Because it's an illusion. If this money is over with, there is no Rothschilds or no Bilderbergers or no Rockefellers. It's the illusion of this money that makes them multi-billionaires, right? But if this money is all means absolutely nothing, then what are they? An old ass motherfucker in the suit. You hear what I'm saying? Their whole reality of being somebody or having some position is inextricable from the currency system. Not because they're rich off the currency system, but the very belief in it begins to add value to its very existence. Y'all see what I'm saying? So if I got billions of dollars, then I'm somebody. I'm important. I have political power. I have a position. I can manipulate based upon all of these digits that I have. But if those digits begin to mean nothing, then who am I? Where did my power go? I was just somebody one day, and the next day I am nobody. That's deep. That means the money that I will use, which is money, is only to what? Get people to do something who would never do it had they not been psychologically manipulated. No one would ever do anything for these white devils had they not believed in money. We know that you are our slave master and that you are our oppressor. We know that. Instinctively, we know that the transatlantic slave trade and everything that had to do with slavery, we are aware. At the dominance of black people are aware of that. So they had to create something to get us to work for them, where it seems like we wasn't even working for them. It seems like we're working for money, working for $1. So he really kind of externalized his white supremacist agenda and cloaked it within his currency system. So now we do the same thing for him, but under the auspices of making money. And it doesn't even seem like we're doing it for him directly. We go for fight wars saying that we need to make money. But we're not fighting wars to make money. We're fighting wars to keep the white man in power. But since he put the currency system there, then now it makes sense. I'm just doing this for money. I don't care about no white man. I'm trying to get paper for myself. Well, how does that relate to the entire dynamic and the existence of the white power structure? You are supporting it. You're going over shooting people, taking people's lives. And you may die before you ever get $1. But you were motivated by getting $1. So they used a secular motivation system because they, did not have our respect to do anything for them. So they had to institute a secular motivation system. And now that dollar is failing, they're using a third motivation system, which is Barack Obama. They say, well, we'll stand behind our agenda behind him. They can hide their agenda behind anything. When the dollar fails, we'll just hide it around the niggers themselves. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And the same agenda is being pushed and being promoted, but it's being promoted with our face on it now. And eventually there'll be $1 with our face on it. But who will we still be working for, even if the dollar had our face on it? For him. Because it's his system. Now, if the dollar had a face on it and it was our system, then we could trust the agenda of the system because we created it. You know something by its creator. If you can determine something by the intentions of the person who created it, who created their monetary system. And what was the intention, the economists who sat down and developed the currency system that they're using today, what was his intentions? What was that devil thinking about? Democracy? Care for everybody? You know, love, change? Was he thinking